Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Carrie. If you are new here, I am a homeschool mom of 4, ages 2 through 8, and this is our 4th year homeschooling. In this video, we are going to be talking about our homeschool schedule and probably a little bit of planning as well. So stick around. Okay, so first off, something I should mention is I'm only homeschooling one child this year. Our oldest son is attending an in-person charter school, and then our youngest 2 are not school age yet. And so currently at home during the day, we just have my 6-year-old son, my 3-year-old son, and my 2-year-old daughter. And so what my plan is for this video is first I'm gonna show you what our kind of like daily checklist looks like, things that we hope to accomplish according to like what curriculum we have. And then I'll move into more of like a day-to-day basis what that looks like. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and I will show you what we've got and our plan is for this year. Okay guys, here are the different things that I have to show you today, and we are gonna start with this one on the right, which is our weekly checklist. So what you're seeing here is all of our curriculum organized by subject, and these little circles on the right just represent how often we pick up that curriculum throughout the week. So I don't know about you guys, but I have found that we often slow down or we speed up curriculum based on my children's needs. So we have found that having a rhythm or like a flow rather than planning exact lessons or pages that we need to get done has worked really well for us. So this way we've been able to stay consistent but also adjust to my kids' needs. And I'm not super strict with this. This is more like guidelines than actual rules, if you know what I mean. So we plan out a 4-day week schedule. And then on the 5th day, we still do school, but we use it to catch up on anything that we may not have had time for. So you can see that our reading, our math, our history, and our science are all things that we try to do every day. And then our spelling and our grammar, we try to do twice. We rotate between those two and do them twice a week. And then handwriting and our phonics or explode the code, we also rotate between those two. Those are on a loop schedule. So these 2 on a loop schedule and these 2 on a loop schedule. And we just rotate between those 2 throughout the week. And if we feel like doing more than this during the week, we can do that too. But these are just the goals. So now let me show you what this looks like on just like a regular day-to-day basis. So here is the day-to-day stuff. We're trying out a block schedule this year. Does anyone else use a block schedule? This is something kind of new to me. I mean, I've always done something similar to this, but this is just more organized. So we have two school time slots, one from 9:30 to 11 and the other one from 1 to 2. And this one is actually during my daughter's nap time. So I put her down and then we do it. We do our school during her nap. But let me start here with our morning block. So we wake up around 6:30 a.m. The morning just is used to get ready for the day. We shower, get dressed, make bed, say prayer, drop off my oldest son at school. And then we usually come home and eat breakfast and then clean up and then finish getting ready. That's usually when my kids get their clothes on. We brush our teeth. I try to start a load of laundry and then I get ready kind of for the school day. So this block here, this is kind of where I'm trying to figure out exactly what to do. So we usually do scripture study in the evenings. Let's see, it's over here. We usually do scripture study kind of in the evenings when we're all together, but I feel like we haven't been as consistent with that as I would like. And so I've been feeling like we need to bring in more Jesus into our day, especially with my littles. So I'm trying to figure out a good way to do that. And I've been trying that out during kind of this block here, either reading a scripture and talking about it or reading a Bible story, because we're currently studying the Old Testament, and making sure we start our school day with a prayer. So I haven't figured out an exact routine for that here. But I'm working on it. So if you have advice or something that has worked really well for you, will you let me know? I'd love some ideas. And I can fit it into a different time slot too if that ends up working better. But I'm currently just trying to fit it into our morning area. So then we get into our school subjects. And I've given us an hour and a half. That way we can take breaks in between subjects when needed. And these are not in any particular order. We've actually been starting with math most days, but it's fun to just kind of switch it up. And these two subjects are on a loop schedule, which I mentioned before. So just we rotate between them throughout the week. And then same thing with our spelling and grammar. We just rotate between those two throughout the week as well. For reading and math, we don't do a full lesson per se, but rather just work on it for a set amount of time, usually somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes. And then we take a 2-hour break for lunch, which is right here. And we actually got rid of our morning snack and we just eat lunch a little bit earlier because it was gobbling up so much time. So we just eat breakfast a little bit later and lunch a little bit earlier. And if my kids do get hungry, they're always welcome to just grab a banana or some other kind of fruit or veggie. But otherwise, we usually eat lunch around like 11:15, 11:30. And during lunch is when I read aloud to them. And then after lunch, my kids usually go outside and play while I then eat my lunch and finish cleaning up. I found it was really hard to eat lunch and read at the same time, so I just do it afterwards, and that way I can have that time to read aloud to them. And then I put my daughter down for her nap after that, and we start our next block of school. So this hour is mostly like morning basket type stuff almost. Our science and history are literature based, so this will mostly be reading on the couch together, doing an experiment once a week or the history craft, and my 3-year-old will most likely join in on, sometimes he joins in, sometimes he just wants to go play in the playroom by himself. On the back of this, I do have a little checklist. This is like my preparation stuff. I really keep it simple, it's nothing fancy, but I just kind of make sure I have the library books that we need, usually like a week before. So like for lightning literature, we need to make sure I have our picture book. I make sure we have a read aloud book. And then we do a virtue study every month. And so I usually get picture books from the library related to that virtue. Our math requires printouts. And so I just make sure I have everything for that. Sometimes I'll set up a little like daily invitation in the morning before school starts, something like a little math activity or something. So I have that here. I don't do it every day, just sometimes. And then of course, making sure we have the supplies that we need for our science experiment. But that's really the only prep work that I do. And then here is my son's daily block schedule, which is basically the exact same thing as mine. It's just a little bit more simple. And then on the bottoms, I just wrote down when he's gonna do his chores. So he has his morning chores in the morning block, afternoon chores in the lunch block, his zone during the afternoon, and the evening chores are during bedtime. Otherwise, it is pretty similar to mine. And then the last thing that I do is I write down the things that we did get done during the week. I mostly do this for our charter school to help me keep track of everything we do so that I know what I need to turn in every month. So I printed this page from the Gentle and Classical Preschool. It's just from their teacher's guide. I can put a link down below if anybody is interested. Let's see if it'll focus. And then this is what it looks like when it's done. I write the dates down. So this was the week of September 26th through the 30th. And then I write the dates up here at the top and our subjects down the side here. And then the specific pages and things that we did get done. And you can see like we're not perfect. Like we definitely slowed down to the end of the week, but we do pretty well with sticking to a routine. We still get quite a bit done. Okay, so that's pretty much it for our homeschool schedule. We are saving sports and things for the afternoons, and we'll probably take off a morning a week to be with friends or to go on a hike, stuff like that. I know schedules are always changing, especially with babies and toddlers, so I'm sure we'll be tweaking as we go throughout the year, but we'll see how this goes for us. I hope that this was helpful in some way to you, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.